This is Chapter 9, Triangular Prisms, Volume and Surface Area. When you have a triangular prism, the base of that prism is simply a triangle, whereas in a rectangular prism or in a cylinder, the base will be different. In a rectangular prism, it's a rectangle, and in a cylinder, it's going to be a circle. So you know how to find the area of a triangle. That is simply base times height divided by 2. And that's going to be our big B. So big B is the area of the base. In this case, it's a triangle. I highlighted it with red. And so your triangular prism's base area is A equals base times height divided by 2, or you could rewrite it as B equals base times height divided by 2. The base is 4 meters. That's the base of the triangle. And the height of the triangle is 3 meters. And so you are going to go ahead and go 3 times 4, which is 12, divide that by 2, which is 6. So your big B, your base of your, the area of your base, which is a triangle, is 6 meters squared, which is also just the area of the triangle. So that's not new knowledge. So we've got 6 meters squared. You need to take that for volume, you need to take that times the height. So we come back to the volume formula. V equals big B, area of the base, times the height. The area of the base we calculated is 6 meters squared times the 2 meters, which is the height of the prism. 6 times 2 is 12, so the prism is 12 meters cubed, or 12 cubic meters. Now for surface area, you're looking at, for volume, it's how much would go inside of there, what you could fill it up with sand or water or packing peanuts, whatever you're putting inside. Whereas when you're doing surface area, it's as though you're constructing the figure. So you would need enough materials for both bases, and then this rectangle, the bottom rectangle, and this rectangle here as well. So you do, again, use this area of the base. So you're going to use this big B again, which we already know is 6 meters squared. But you have 2 of those, so you have to multiply it by 2. So here's surface area equals 2 times the area of the base, 2 times 6, which is 12. Now, the other parts are simply taking the perimeter of that triangle. That's what the P is for. Just like when you do surface area of a rectangular prism, you take the perimeter and you multiply that by the height. So our perimeter would be 3 meters plus 4 meters. And then this side right here, we actually gave over here, so it's 5 meters. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So there's your triangle perimeter. And that's going to be 12 meters. You take that times the height of the prism, so that's the height right there, 2 meters. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 and 24 is 36, so your surface area is 36 meters squared, and that's what it would take to construct this figure in terms of the materials. Now, you've got this to refer back to. I'm going to have you try the next problem on your own. Get as far as you can. If you get stuck, turn on the recording and get caught up to where I'm explaining it. Then try whatever else you can on your own. And then the third problem I want you to try completely independently and see if you can figure that one out on your own. Okay, here's the second figure. If you want to draw this, it's simply a matter of drawing the triangle and another congruent looking triangle right below it. I know you can't be perfect, but get as close as you can. Connect your vertices. Anything you would not see because of perspective, you would make a broken line. That just makes it look a little bit more correct. You do need to put these right angles in here so that you actually have a base and a height of your triangle. So in this case, we're going to start with volume. Volume is quite a simple calculation. You simply need the area of this triangle. So the base is 6 times the height of 8, divide that by 2, because a triangle is always half of a rectangle. So it's going to be 6 times 8, which is going to be a value. You may make sure you divide that by 2. Don't forget to do that. So volume is going to be the base times height divided by 2. Oh, excuse me. That's not where I want it. Volume is big B times height, whereas your there, now I've set it up better for you. You've got your volume, but your volume is dependent upon your area of the triangular base. An area of a triangular base is simply base times height divided by 2. That is going to be the same as big B area of the base equals base times height divided by 2. So go ahead and calculate your volume. I'd like you to check after each one. So calculate your volume, then turn your recording back on. Okay, so if you haven't done this, then go through this with me. Area equals the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle divided by 2. So area, or big B, area of the base, equals 6 times 8 divided by 2. 6 times 8 is 48, divided by 2 is 24 meters squared. Then you take that times the height. There's your base right here. This is going to be your bases. Base is right here. You're going to have base, that area's base times the height of 9. It's going to give you 216 meters cubed, or 216 cubic meters. Now the perimeter comes into play for surface area. So now here's your surface area formula. Surface area S equals 2 times the area of the base. You already have the area of the base over here. So B equals 24 meters squared. We mean the same thing. So you just take that and double it, and then you're going to add that to your perimeter, which will be all the way around the triangle, this perimeter of the base, times that height again of 9. So go ahead and try that on your own. You'll have to calculate the perimeter of the triangle, and then you'll multiply that by the height, and then turn it back on as soon as you've got that answer. Okay, so your perimeter was 6, which is the base, plus 8, which is the height, and then you have this side right here, but we have the measurement down here, which is 10 meters. So 6 plus 8 plus 10 is 24 meters. You want the area, you want that perimeter times the height, which is the 9. So there's your 24 times 9. So that'll give you this side, and this front side here, the ones that are rectangles. For your area, that'll give you the area of those sides. For your area of your bases, we already know the area of the base is 24 meters squared, so we just double it. So 2 times 24 plus the perimeter of 24 times 9. So 2 times 24 is 48. 24 times 9 is 216. When you add those together, you need 264 meters squared. So essentially, the volume is how much of whatever you're putting inside, and the surface area is if you wanted to construct this figure with a lid on it. So you want to make it out of cardboard or metal or whatever the case might be. Okay, on this next one, I'd like you to try both surface area and volume on your own, and then at the very end, turn the recording on. If you have trouble, go back and look at some of these other explanations, and let's try to have you do that independently. Okay, we'll quickly just go through this, particularly if you had any trouble. If you didn't have any trouble, then you can just check your answers. So the first thing you would need to do is find the area of these bases. So you would have 4 times 5, but you have to divide by 2 because it's a triangle. So area equals base times height divided by 2. 4 times 5 is 20, divided by 2 is 10 inches squared. Area and big B simply meaning area of the base. And the area of the base is 10. And your height of your prism is 3 inches, so it's 10 times 3, which is 30 inches cubed. Again, volume is what you put inside of a figure, whether it be water, sand, etc., etc. Anything that you would put inside of a three-dimensional figure would be its volume. Whereas whatever you make the container out of, cardboard, plastic, etc., that's going to be what you need a surface area calculation for. So for surface area, we already have some of the information. We already know the big B. So you've got a top and bottom triangular base, and you have to take that twice because you have a base on the top and a base on the bottom. So 10 is the big B, it's the area of the triangle, and you're going to multiply that by 2 to get 20. To get your rectangular parts, so it would be this rectangle here, and this rectangle here. To get that surface area, you simply take your triangle's perimeter. So you take the 5, the 4, and then this dotted line is the information given for that here. That third side is 6.4 inches. You add them all up. You get 15.4 inches. And then you take that times the height of the prism, which is 3 inches. And that'll give you the area of each of those rectangles. And so we go 15.4 times 3, which is 46.2. We simply put it together with the area of the bases, and we get 66.2 inches squared, or square inches. Again, if you have any more, I hope this has been helpful, and if you have any other questions, go back and rewatch the parts of the video that you need to.